February 14th, 1944, 7:22 hours. Northern Apennines, Italy. The wind cuts sideways across the ridge, sharp enough to sting exposed skin. Frost clings to scrub grass and broken rock, crunching under heavy boots as a German patrol edges forward through the mist. Somewhere below, an engine growls, not deep and throaty, like a truck. Not refined, like a staff car. High-pitched, almost toy-like. Lieutenant Karl-Heinz Richter raises a gloved fist. The patrol halts. Through drifting fog, the sound grows closer. Tires scrabble against stone. A shape emerges, squat, boxy, absurdly small. It bounces into view like a wind-up machine. Olive drab paint smeared with mud. No doors, no roof, thin wheels, a flat hood that looks more like farm equipment than a military vehicle. Several German soldiers stare. Then someone laughs. Was es das? Unteroffizier Ernst Vogel scoffs. An American child's car. The men grin despite themselves. After months in the mountains hauling supplies by mule, watching trucks bog down and stall this thing looks ridiculous. A toy sent by an enemy who doesn't understand terrain or war. Richter lowers his binoculars. He has fought in France, Yugoslavia, now Italy. He has seen American tanks, American artillery. This is nothing. The vehicle rolls to a stop at the base of a slope the Germans know well. A brutal incline of loose shale and frozen dirt, angled steep enough that even German Opel Blitz trucks won't attempt it. Supply columns. Detour miles around. High. The fog swallows the ridge as Richter lowers his binoculars, but the image refuses to leave his mind. That vehicle. That climb. Below him, the patrol resumes movement, boots crunching again, but something has shifted. The laughter is gone. The jokes dry up, mid-sentence. Even Vogel walks more carefully now, glancing back at the slope as if expecting the little American machine to reappear and mock them again. Richter says nothing. He files the moment away the way officers are trained to do quietly, professionally, but his thoughts won't settle. Because this wasn't luck, it was design. 3 kilometers away, the Jeep bounces along a goat trail barely wide enough for its wheels. The Americans inside are Staff Sergeant Frank Delgado and Private First Class Tommy O'Rourke, 10th Mountain Division. Ski troops, mountain men. Their orders are simple and dangerous. Recon, a German supply route, believed impassable to vehicles. The trail Delgado follows doesn't exist on Italian maps anymore. It was carved by shepherds generations ago, abandoned when trucks replaced mules. German engineers took one look at it in 1943 and crossed it out. Foot traffic only, the report said. Delgado smirks as the Jeep rattles over stone. Guess nobody told the Jeep, O'Rourke mutters, gripping the dashboard as the suspension flexes again. The vehicle weighs barely over a ton. Its center of gravity is low. 4-wheel drive sends power evenly, forgiving mistakes, absorbing punishment, where trucks fight to. February 15th, 1944, 5:11 hours. Dawn creeps into the Apennines like a thief. Pale light slides over rock and pine, revealing frost-bitten ground and breath turning to smoke. German artillery crews prepare their morning routines, confident in the same assumptions they've held for months. High ground is secure. Roads dictate movement. The enemy must come from below. None of that survives the next 20 minutes. The first American shell does not scream in. It arrives. A dull, crushing impact detonates behind a German gun pit, throwing snow and stone into the air. Men dive for cover, stunned more by the direction than the explosion itself. "Whoa!" someone shouts. From where? A second round lands closer. A third walks methodically along the ridge. The fire is controlled, observed, calm, and it's coming from above. Lieutenant Richter is thrown to the ground by the concussion, helmet slamming into frozen soil. His ears ring. He tastes blood. When he looks up, he sees his worst realization made real flashes of artillery fire on a slope the Germans never fortified. Slopes no vehicle was supposed to reach. Slopes the Jeep climbed yesterday. Up on the ridge, Staff Sergeant Delgado watches the effect through binoculars. He adjusts coordinates, voice steady as he speaks into the radio. Add 50, left 25. Another round slams home. Below them, German positions unravel. Supply routes choke instantly. Mules scatter, trucks reverse blindly, engines roaring in panic as shells. See, the lesson doesn't arrive as a single revelation. It spreads, quietly, unevenly, like frost creeping across metal. February 16th, 1944. German officers up and down the Apennine line begin their mornings with the same unsettling reports. Patrols encountering American units where no road exists. Artillery fire from elevated positions that were never fortified because no one believed they could be. And always, somewhere in the margins of these reports, the same word appears: Jeep. Lieutenant Richter is summoned before his company commander, Hauptmann Wilhelm Seifert, a career officer with ironed gloves and a voice trained to project confidence even when he has none. You observed this vehicle yourself? Seifert asks. Yes, Herr Hauptmann. And you are certain it climbed the ridge? Richter doesn't hesitate. I am certain our trucks cannot. That answer lingers in the air. Seifert rubs his temples. He has maps spread across the table, clean, precise, and suddenly unreliable. Red lines mark German control. Blue arrows indicate expected American movement. Between them lies a web of white space, mountains, unused, or so they thought. Word travels fast among soldiers, not through briefings, but through stories. A driver in the 305th Infantry swears he saw Americans haul ammunition up a scree slope using a jeep and rope. A radio operator claims a machine gun appeared overnight on a cliff his unit had dismissed as vertical. The stories grow, as stories do. But the fear underneath the four, by the spring of 1944, no one in the German ranks laughs anymore. They listen. They listen for engines that don't sound like trucks, for movement where there should be none, for the faint clatter of metal climbing rock, not roads. The Jeep has become a rumor with wheels. Lieutenant Richter now plans every patrol with a question he never asked before. How would the Americans get here? Not, can they, how? The difference matters. German defensive maps begin to change. Slopes once shaded gray ignored are now penciled in with question marks. Officers argue over which ridges must be manned, which can be risked. There are never enough men. There are never enough hours, because a vehicle that ignores terrain also ignores planning assumptions. On the American side, the Jeep is no longer just transport. It is doctrine. 10th Mountain Division units rehearse night movements with engines cut, rolling downhill in silence before restarting at the last moment. Crews practice loading mortars in under 30 seconds. Gunners learn how to fire, dismount, and vanish before return fire can find them. The Jeep enables speed without spectacle, and speed is mercy. Delgado's Jeep bears new scars, shrapnel nicks, cracked paint, a bent bumper straightened with a hammer and stubbornness. The engine coughs sometimes in the morning, then settles into its familiar hum. It has climbed more slopes than Delgado can remember. Each one taught the same lesson. If a man can walk there, the Jeep can try. And so, autumn 1944. The Apennines are quieter now. Not peaceful, just exhausted. Rain turns trails into veins of mud. Leaves rot underfoot. The war has moved north, dragging its scars with it. Yet the Jeep remains, omnipresent, weaving through the landscape like it always has. For Lieutenant Karl-Heinz Richter, the war feels older than it should. He has learned not to underestimate anything small. During a temporary lull, Richter is assigned to a rear area security detail. His unit occupies a captured farmhouse overlooking a winding mountain track. One the Germans once dismissed as unusable for vehicles. That assumption cost them the area. Now the track is worn smooth by traffic. Jeep traffic. Richter watches through a cracked window as American vehicles move along it in pairs, spacing perfect, engines low. They don't rush. They don't hesitate. They belong here now. The mountains have chosen their user. Across the valley, Delgado's Jeep finally reaches the end of its journey. A thrown rod. No drama. No explosion. Just a machine that has done more than anyone expected. One last time. Delgado rests a hand on the hood before walking away. Hell of a run, he murmurs. Another Jeep will take its place within hours. That's the point. As winter approaches, German resistance in the region collapses into pockets. Terrain no longer offers sanctuary. Routes once hidden are now liabilities. The Jeep didn't defeat the Wehrmacht, but it removed one of its oldest allies. Assumed limitation. In Dick.